Hey everybody, what is this? Thursday, March 2nd. Bill Caskey here. 8 a.m. live every day during the month of March and maybe beyond. We're going to go live here on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. So if you are connected with me on those platforms, you will get notified and see this. The purpose of this is that, as I said, and I'm not going to say this every day, but I know we've got some new listeners joining us. I am coaching 2 to 4 hours a day, training, coaching, talking with people. And every day there's something that comes from that I'd like to share with you. And a couple of things today that I want to share. Sometimes I'll make an offer on this show. Sometimes that offer will be free. Sometimes it'll be require you to slice a check. I don't know. And also, I don't know how this will unfold over the next few weeks. So we may even have some guests on who are, frequent visitors to this show. So we'll figure that out. Equipment. I was going to tell you this yesterday, and I neglected to. Some of you ask about what kind of equipment are we using for this. I'm not excited about our Logitech camera. I think it's degraded over the years, but I'm using a Logitech. I think it's a 920, using a Shure SMB7 microphone. This is our podcast microphone, so it's very high quality. I got a couple of lights, just kind of dim lights over there to lighten up my beautiful face. So, and then we're using StreamYard for the platform. I highly recommend StreamYard. We're not an affiliate or anything, but their ability to distribute live programming to Facebook across the channels is really good. So we just picked 3: YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I want to bring your attention to the podcast, the Bill Caskey podcast that released yesterday. We had a guest on, Alan Allard, and Alan is a business coach and specializes in helping people thrive amidst some of the mental and emotional chaos that's around us. And he had some really interesting points. Talked about self-criticism. If you haven't listened to that podcast, by all means, go do it. We talk about false assumptions at the end that I thought was very powerful, and you can check that out at billcaskey.com. All right. Let's see comments, and I got my comment screen open. So if you have a comment, let me know. Also, I had a couple people yesterday. We did kind of a dry run on Monday, February 28th, and then we went live yesterday. I have no idea what day it is for some reason. And March 1st, we went live and had some people say, you didn't have too many people on. And here's what we're doing with these audios is I'm repurposing these. So I don't care if we have 1 person on or 1 million people on. I'm taking the audio and putting it into our Bill Caskey podcast occasionally. So we're able to repurpose this. So don't worry if you don't see a lot of people on here. We're getting plenty of use out of the content today. Curiosity is one of those things that is interesting because I don't see a lot of it. And I don't know why. I'm really, and I've heard other trainers and coaches and really experts in the communication field and psychology field talk about this notion of why there's not more curiosity with people. And you've probably witnessed it where you have you're a high achiever and you've been at your game for a while, and a new person comes into your orbit or comes into the company, and you're already up here and they're kind of starting, and the lack of curiosity that those people have is unbelievable. I've had several people who are the highest achiever in the company, and they're 2x their counterparts. And I always ask the question, how many times a year do people in your company come to you and say, man, Johnny, how are you doing this? How are you able to generate all this revenue and we're all struggling here? He says, they all say never. They all say never. And so we all say we want to achieve at a higher level. We all say that. When I show up and I do my intake, and I've got 3 or 4 people today who are brand new clients. I'm kind of getting a sense for who they are and what they want to accomplish. They all say, oh no, I want to do better. I don't want to grind as much. I want to work fewer hours, make more money. I mean, all those things, they know, everybody knows what to say. But when it gets down to it, they're not curious. Not everybody, most. I'd say 70-30, 70 not, 30 curious. And it baffles me because then I have to wonder, well, when you said, I'm saying you here as if you're a client of mine, when you said that you wanted to grow your business, was that a lie? Was that just you saying what needed to be said in the moment because you know that's what I wanted to hear or what your manager wanted you to say? Or did you really mean it and you just don't know how? And that's excellent too. Shane has a good point. Curiosity people try and Google everything. People Google everything. That's right. Google has sucked the curiosity out of our life. But sometimes I think we just have to be curious, even if you're around somebody who's not at the highest level. Sometimes it's the person who just came into the company, or the 55-year-old needs to be curious about the 35-year-old. What do you know that I need to know? What do you know about social media? What do you know about video? What do you know about how young people buy today? You know, your buyer is getting younger, not older. You may be getting older. Your buyer's not. Your buyer's getting younger. So one of the most amazing things. You want to get younger? Become a buyer. No, they're getting younger. The younger people are replacing the older people. So if I'm 55 years old, I wish. If I were 55 years old and in a company where I had young people and my buyers were getting younger, I would be assembling panels and saying, what do the younger people want? What do you connect with me via text easier, email, or phone, or showing up at your doorstep, or taking you out to dinner? What do young people want? But there's not a lot of curiosity there. And you know what I find? The older we get, the less curious we are. I have a client right now who is got some older people in the company and got some younger people. And the younger people are all much more curious than the older people. And the older people are in trouble. They're in trouble in the company. The company, they're in trouble because their numbers aren't where they need to be based on their seniority and the seasoned vets. And they're in trouble and they don't even know it because they're not curious about, am I in trouble or not? I know they're in trouble. And so curiosity, something you got to think about. And I think we all like to say, Paul, good point there. Most of my honest reflections on failures connect in some way to a lack of curiosity in a situation. Absolutely. Absolutely. Feel free to comment if you want. So anyway, that's my rant on curiosity. And we're doing a advanced selling podcast insider program. Insider is a special membership site. And this Friday, we're doing a whole course, and I'll put the link below, or I'll put it in the comment section, on the bank of questions that you need to have. And I'm wondering sometimes if lack of curiosity is, I just don't know what questions to ask. I don't know how to be curious. And that's legit. I mean, there's some legit there. So we're talking a deep dive, and we're also going to talk about how you can generate an assessment, because an assessment might be useful for you and your business. But assessments, what is an assessment? It's just a collection of questions. And if you're not willing to ask the question, then you don't need the bank of questions, because if you don't have any curiosity at all in you, then you're probably not going to ask it. Okay. Second thing is, I'm going to be sharing, anybody who wants it, a review. I did a kind of an executive review of a webinar we did last week called How to Control the Sales Process Start to Finish. I'll make sure you get that when it's up. I'll just put it in my stream. So if you're not connected to me, make sure you do. And I can't even promise. I don't know what the LinkedIn algorithm is. I don't think more than 10, 15% of my connections actually see my post. That's the number I've heard. So, but if you're connected, you'll have a much higher likelihood. Oh, I've got a video I want to show you here before we close. We played it on the Advanced Selling podcast the other day, and it's my grandkids, and I got a little pushback, little flack from this because you'll hear it. And it's a 20-second clip. We weren't able to show it on the Advanced Selling podcast because it's audio only. But so here I thought I'd do it. These are my two grandkids, and it's a 20-second clip, 30 seconds. And I'm giving them I'm giving them a chance. Mm-hmm.
If we try our best.
I have given the children a $5 bet.
Yes, I got it.
If they can go all the way across without touching their feet. That was close. You got halfway. Okay.
Can I go to the bathroom? Papa, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Just go over there.
Where?
And so you heard me say, you heard my grandson Evan say, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And I said, "Just go over there." Well, over there, I didn't just mean in the middle of a field or by the pool, or by the tennis courts. I meant there was a big forest of pine trees, and he would have been well hidden in there. And then he said that wasn't the kind of bathroom he needed. He needed something he could get a little more serious about. So we had to leave after that. But anyway, I thought you'd like to see that. I get in all sorts of trouble from my family giving these kids things. And then he hurt himself later. He fell and kind of, hurt himself a little bit. And he cried and said, "This is just too challenging for me." I thought I would never have said that at 6. I would have said, "That hurt me," or "This is hard," not "This is too challenging." So anyway, if you'd like to learn more about some of the things we do, I'll give you a website here. You can see it at the bottom, 5reasonsclients.com. It's a PDF that we created here a few months ago. It's 5 of the core reasons you don't have enough customers. You're not generating enough customers. And it's chock full of stuff. I think you also get a video or 2 with it. So it's all complimentary. Just go to 5reasonsclients.com. What else did I have on my list today? I want to talk tomorrow a little bit about email and a unique approach to email that we're using with one of our clients, one of our corporate clients. And I think that's it for today. Hope you all have a great day. See you tomorrow.